In Ephesians chapter 6, we see this perspective expressed in what's known as the armor of God. One of these pieces of armor is called the Breastplate of Righteousness. Notice it's a breastplate and not a backplate. And this is an important concept for us to understand. You see, the Christian is built for community. The Christian church is the concept of the husband and the wife, the bride of Christ and Christ himself, which also reflects into either marriage or our brotherly affections in ministry and in the church. So how this expresses itself is we have to give our backside that's unprotected to those who are around us, to those who God has put into our lives. And that means that our organs, even our heart, is still exposed and vulnerable to an attack. So when we come into a position where it seems like the people that are around us are stabbing us in the back, and this is especially apparent in close relationships, whether that be parent to child, husband to wife, brother to brother, sister to sister, we'll find that as we get closer to people, our sensitivities are vulnerable, and sometimes we accidentally stab each other in the back. And hopefully it's not intentional, but it can be very offensive. And because it's offensive, we get defensive. We decide to defend ourselves against the person who's supposed to be covering us, which means even if they want to cover us, they can't, because we're defending ourselves against them. And that also means that our back, our heart, is now exposed to the darts of the enemy. Our back is now exposed to the attacks of the enemy, which means he can keep furthering the damage in that relationship. So what we need to do is to decide for ourselves, because we can't decide for the other person, that we are going to still defend them, that we are still going to give them our vulnerability, because when we do that, it shows weakness. God's strength is made perfect in weakness, in the backside. When we're willing to give our backside, our vulnerability, our sensitivities to each other, even when they don't deserve it, if that person doesn't fulfill their job as being a defender of your backside, God steps in and he will. But that also means that you have a 50% chance of success when you decide to defend against the enemy for the other person's sake, even when the other person is attacking you. This gives the other person an opportunity to see that you're not a threat, but even if they hurt you, that you're willing to still defend them. And this opens up the opportunity of love. This opens up the opportunity for the image of Christ to be shown and to win them over. So this is why forgiveness is so important. Forgive consistently 70 times, 7 times, and always be willing to give your vulnerability back to those around you so that Jesus would be glorified. Go in peace.